YouTubers, this is Grandma Cheap Cheap welcoming you back to my vintage kitchen here in southern Colorado. I have been away for a little while doing some traveling, and I'm going to leave a link below for pictures of my granddaughter's graduation, and you'll be able to see 3 of the granddaughters and then my 2 daughters. So please go over to support Miss Mama Daughter Sister, better known as Ms. MDS, over on her channel. And like I said, I'll leave a link below for you to get a glimpse of my family. But summer is upon us, just in time for me getting back, and the cookouts and healthier eating is in store. And so what I'm doing is preparing my mixes and my marinades and so forth for the summer now, so it'll be easier for me to produce some good meals in a hurry. So today what I'm going to do is make Gari, or pickled ginger. I love Japanese food. I love to go to the Japanese restaurants and eat sushi or tempura, and I always love that pickled ginger. It is so good. And instead of buying it in the store, I can make it myself. It's very easy to make, and I want to bring you along on this adventure to make Gari, or pickled ginger. Here we have a ginger root. You can get that in any supermarket or the Asian Pacific market. And let me just show you how to peel ginger. This little part right there was coming off. All you simply have to do is not peel it with a knife. It'll take off too much of that beautiful ginger in there. I'm just going to take a spoon and see how easily it peels. Let me go over on the other side of the island. So you can see how easily that skin comes off, and it's very thin, and it won't waste so much ginger. Now when you get to the knotted parts, you can try as much as you want to get into the little crevices, and that's totally up to you. What I did was to break them off, turn the larger piece, and just continue to peel from larger pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and finish peeling this ginger, and I'll be back when I'm done. I'm back. Okay, now I've peeled my ginger on these 2 pieces. Those smaller pieces and little knots and crannies that I had left, do not throw these away. We got a use for those, because I really love ginger. My dilemma was how to cut this ginger into small little slivers like it is in the restaurant. And actually, my hand-eye coordination is not good enough to get each sliver uniformly sliced. Besides, that was too time-consuming for me. So I found several different methods that was easier. First, my box grater on the side, if you have one of these, it has a large, like a potato. You have to start it here. A potato side, and you can do that. Now that will yield you a thicker piece of ginger, and I have some that are thicker. I made this last week, and actually I made it in several different sizes. So this will yield you a thicker piece of ginger, and I'll just show you how thick. It also goes slow, but you know, you can do whatever size you want. So this is a thicker piece of ginger, as you see, than even the one that I cut with my knife. But that's an option. Another one is your vegetable peeler. You can just, on the fat side of it, just start peeling it with your vegetable peeler, and you get very thin strips like this. And that's pretty good too. I like this method because I could get nice long strips, and it was certainly faster. I guess you could put it in a food. Oh my goodness, oops. I'll have to pick that up and wash it off. But if you have a food processor that will slice, my food processor doesn't give you thin slices, so I used all three methods that I'm going to show you. Okay, another method is, when I got my ginger from the Asian Pacific market, I got a little mandolin. This is really good because it gets it thin, and it can go pretty fast. The only thing is that you have to watch right when you get down to maybe a third of your ginger and put it away for another use, because this thing is razor sharp. But it got the job done, and it was very inexpensive, this mandolin. So let me show you how the thickness is of this ginger. And it's still just a little thinner than the one on the box grater, but still just beautiful. And the ginger is so good for you. It has so much healing powers, and like, look, I'm doing little bits on the end here too, and it's even good for bad breath. Not that I have bad breath or anything like that. But Mr. does. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, I'm gonna pick up that ginger that I dropped, wash it, I'll slice that, and then I'll show you how to process the rest of our gari or pickled ginger. I've processed the ginger, and here it is. I got quite a few long pieces, so that's gonna do pretty good. I'm gonna put this in a strainer, just the raw ginger. Now, last week when I did my pickled ginger, and let me just show you the results of that. Here it is. It did not turn pink, and I was almost tempted to put some food coloring in there, but I didn't want anything that artificial in it, so I left it. I guess you could get some beet juice or some cherry juice or whatever you have, but it doesn't mean that much to me to have it pink. But it's awfully delicious. What I did was to get kosher salt, or, you know, iodized salt. I just used kosher. And last week I grabbed the wrong container, and this has some of my seasoning salt in it. So as I was salting it, my first shake or two was out of seasoning salt. So I left it, and actually it turned out really good. You can taste the seasoning salt. But I'm just gonna salt this ginger liberally. And for this amount of ginger, just, 4 shakes will do. I'm going to then cover it, I guess. I want the water to drain, and actually a lot of water comes out of this this ginger. I would think it would be relatively dry because it's so woody in texture, but a lot of water came out on this. I'm gonna put a little weight on it, leave it untouched for about an hour, and I'll see you back then, okay? P.S. people, with those little bits of extra ginger that you had, or that I had, that I didn't want to fool with trying to peel, I simply split it in half with the peels on. I'm going to put it in my tea strainer, and it's a pretty big one. But if you don't have one, please don't go out and buy one. You can just put it in cheesecloth or just let it boil in the water. Get this right here. I'm going to have my water boiling. I have 4 cups of water that's heating up and 1.5 cup of sugar. I'm just going to infuse it for the time that it takes for my dried ginger to dry out even more. I'm going to put it in that water, and we're going to make ginger simple syrup. See you back soon. Okay, guys. It's been about an hour, and the ginger has expelled some of its water. I don't know if you can see that, but that's an awful lot for that little bit of ginger. I don't know if you can see it. But I'm going to turn this out on paper towels and just blot up the excess moisture in this until it, you can get it pretty dry. This is so good, you're going to actually want to make it. And please do. Anything that you can get in a fine dining establishment, you certainly can make it at home, and be adventurous in your kitchen. I had a jar. Pardon me, you know how ready I am for all this. Well, here's one. I had a smaller one, but all you do now is just put your ginger in a sterilized jar, or a Tupperware if you're going to use it soon, like within a week or something. You can put it in a Tupperware container. I just prefer canning jars. Now, in a bowl, for this amount, I'm just going to put about equal parts of rice cooking wine and rice vinegar. You can get this at your Asian Pacific store, or you may even be able, that's about 1/3 of a cup, to get it at Walmart. I'm not real sure, but certainly an Asian market. Okay. Also to this, I'm going to add a little bit of sugar, maybe a 1/3 of a cup. Okay. It feels like when I first started doing videos, I was not prepared, and today I'm not either, it seems. Okay, I'm going to pour this into the jar. Just put a lid on it and let this just pickle in this solution for about 48 hours before you use it. Now, I have got a jar, and you can see it is a big jar, but me and Mr. just love this stuff. He even puts it on a sandwich, but it's very refreshing, very good. The only thing, it didn't turn pink, and that's okay, but I'll try. Very good ginger, fresh crunch, ginger taste, not at all sweet, because you don't use a lot of sugar in it. But please make yourself some Gari, the pickled ginger, for your summertime pleasure. You can have it when you have any kind of Oriental dish, and it's very refreshing. Journeying on our ginger experiment. This is my ginger simple syrup, also made last week. I have the other on the stove. 1 part water to maybe a half a part of sugar, whatever you desire your sweetness to be in simple syrup, but it's supposed to be sweet. And you see the beautiful amber color that comes out of your simple syrup when you leave the peel on the ginger, and it is awesome. As I said, this will go beautifully with your summertime evening cocktail or brunch cocktail, or whenever you want to use it, just to give yourself a refreshing ginger boost. Please rate, subscribe, and comment. Thank you for joining me here in the kitchen. I do so appreciate your viewership. And until next time, goodbye. Please leave me a thumbs up. Goodbye now.